Ingrid, at the end, was received with the respect that she deserved.
Miss Bergman, did you have any criticism of the way the press in general handled the story of your life in the past year?
Oh, sure, I had some criticism of it, because I think the person has to have a private life, but I also know that if you choose being an actress, you have to take both sides of the coin. So, there it is.
Looking back on it, do you have any regrets about anything that you've done in the last few years, Miss Bergman?
No, I have no regrets at all. I regret the things I didn't do. Not what I did.
Tell us some of those.
No, I think my life has been wonderful because I have never, I have done what I felt like. I have never, I was given courage and I was given a sense of adventure, and that has carried me along. And then also with a sense of humor and a little bit of common sense, it has been a very rich life.
While Ingrid was appearing in a play in Paris, she and Peer had their first reunion after 6 long years of separation. It was made a media event. More such media events followed when Ingrid, now living in France, was divorced from Rossellini and was sued for custody of their children. Agreement was finally reached. And Ingrid Bergman, with increasing visits from a grown Peer, had all her children together at last.
It struck me as very funny that here was Ingrid, my client in Paris, Swedish, and here also was Lars Schmidt, my client for America, Swedish, and they didn't know one another. So I was not only Ingrid's agent, I played Cupid in this situation. I introduced them to each other. It took, because not too long afterwards, she became Mrs. Lars Schmidt.
Indiscreet starred Ingrid opposite an old friend, Cary Grant. In it, she again revealed her fine flair for romantic comedy.
If you are willing, I am willing. The last 2 days never happened.
What do you mean?
I mean, we'll go on as before.
And not be married?
That's right.
Well, that's the most improper thing I ever heard.
What?
I can hardly believe my ears.
But what are you so shocked about?
I didn't think you were capable of it.
But what is different?
We are not married.
We weren't before.
But you didn't know I wasn't married.
You knew.
I knew you didn't know. What's the matter with you? How could you ask me to do such a thing? Hadn't you been following what I've been saying? Oh, I tell you, women are not the sensitive sex. That's one of the great delusions of literature. Men are the true romanticists. What are you crying about?
Oh, shut up, Phil.
Don't cry, Anna. I love you. Everything will be all right. You'll like being married. You will. You'll see. Yeah.
Time was passing, but Ingrid's beauty remained.
Danger, you or any soldier. This way we have nothing to hide if we're caught. I can explain who we are and where we're going.
You're given a chance to explain, if the journey doesn't kill you.
No. No, I think this journey was meant for me. Lena, I think this is why God wanted me to come to China. To get these children out.
Ingrid became a legend, I believe, because she lived. We knew about her. Her face was a lived face. Her face was everything she had lost, everything she had laughed, everything she had experienced. And it was a real face. It was the sum of who Ingrid was, in a way.
Looking at her because she was so beautiful, so incredible, I said, Ingrid, what kind of exercises do you do? I mean, like creams or, I mean, what have you? And she said, why does everybody ask me? I don't exercise. I'm not interested in exercise. I never exercised. I'm too lazy. She said, I like to swim. That's it.
The visit presented Ingrid in a new kind of role. A woman intent on vengeance. However, changes had been made since the original play. Ingrid's co-star and the film's co-producer, Anthony Quinn.
I had bought the property. The property was really mine. And my first choice, of course, to play the part was Ingrid. And at first, she was going to play it as the old lady. But somehow she got scared of playing the old lady, and she wanted to play it a little more glamorously. She gave up the wooden leg and so forth.
It was important for me that you knew you were the first.
We were both so young.